Good morning. What I want to challenge you with this morning is perspective and beliefs. The difference between positive and negative people, the difference between positive and negative people is not, in my opinion, is not primarily their upbringing, although that informs their beliefs and their perspective. It's not primarily where they live or the culture, the religion that they grow up with. To me, those all inform our beliefs. But whether somebody's a positive or negative person is not simply their beliefs. It's their perspective on life. Again, it's tied with beliefs, but it's a little bit different. And I want to shift this thinking for you this morning. What is your perspective? Because our perspective is our reality. If we see the world through angry people and evil, then what we do is we will see angry people and evil everywhere we look. If we see the world through the lens of beauty and hope and growth and the ability to change something, or our circumstances if we don't like them, if that's your perspective, if that's the way you see the world, then guess what? You interact with the world in a completely different way. Think about this. If somebody's perspective is that people want to hurt them, again, belief is very close to this, okay? I'm using these words almost interchangeably in some ways, but I'm not talking about beliefs in your ideas on religion necessarily or politics. What I'm talking about, it affects it. My point is your perspective on people and how you view people and how you view your interactions with people, because that interaction, that perspective is the most important. If you believe people, if your perspective is that people are out to hurt you, then you're not going to put yourself out there. If your perspective is that everyone's a bully, you're not going to put yourself out there. On the other hand, if your perspective is that people are good, generally speaking, and that people generally want to help each other if they see the opportunity, if they feel safe, now what you're going to be doing is spending your time interacting with people and helping them feel safe so that they can be the best version of themselves. Our perspective is our reality, because this is what happens. When my perspective is that everyone's evil, my interactions tend to be not so good. And so it proves my perspective. It proves what I already believe. And when my perspective is that people are beautiful and that every once in a while somebody's hurt and they're going to react in a strange way, but generally speaking, people want to help and people want to do the right thing as long as they feel safe, then that's what I'm going to see. That's what I'm going to focus on. That's what I'm going to receive. What is your perspective? Think about the people in your life that are the crotchety, mean people. Think about the negative people and think about what they think about all day long. What is their perspective? Now think about the people who are changing the world in really unique ways. Think about the people who have massive influence over this world and a huge impact over this world. And think about their perspective and what they believe. Which kind of person do you want to be? And I'm not saying you have to be like a Mother Teresa or somebody that's changed the entire world and is significant enough that everyone knows their name. That's not what is the most important thing here. The most important point that I'm making is, if you have one perspective, you will be a certain kind of person. And if you have another kind of perspective, you'll be a very different kind of person. What is the perspective that will help you reach your goals? What is the perspective that will help change your community around you? What is the perspective that is going to get you where you want to be and improve the lives of people around you? I have certain beliefs and I have certain perspectives. I see the world in a very strange way compared to the average person that I meet. My belief system and my perspective is that I can have impact wherever I am, with whoever I'm with, and that my drive, my persistence can overcome circumstance. My perspective is that I don't need to win the lottery because I can create money if I'm bringing value to people. That's my perspective. Right or wrong, and we won't even argue that this morning. Right or wrong, my perspective will get me to a certain place and not to other places. And you need to decide, first of all, you need to be aware of what your perspective is, but then you need to decide, where is it leading me? And what is the perspective that I need that will lead me somewhere? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to interview some people that are successful in your field, what you want to be successful with. Interview them and simply ask, what is your perspective? Ask them, what are your beliefs about people, about business, about life, about relationships, about family, about whatever it is that you want to interview them on. And as you learn their perspective, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start to see patterns, start to see similarities where you go, wait a second. I'm noticing that all these people have a certain perspective. And as you engage with that, you will start taking on that perspective more. Again, think about the average of you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your perspective is similar to the people you spend the most time with. And as you spend time with fantastic people that are successful in your area of success, whether that's family or business or like whatever it is, diet, sleep, exercise, as you spend time with those kinds of people, you will take on that perspective and you'll be more successful in that. I want the best for you. I want the best for you. And here's what I want you to do is I'll leave this with an encouragement. So interview those people. Make a list and start interviewing them. Call them up and ask them if you can take them out for coffee and pick their brain on a few ideas, because they have wisdom that you need and that they can give to you. Flatter them, because they are people who have built something useful. I'm not talking about empty flattery. I'm talking about legitimate encouragement, where you say, hey, listen, you've done something great and I want to learn from you, okay? But I want to leave you with this, and it's a very simple phrase, and that is, you've got this. You've got this. You have within you what you need to grow in the ways that you need to grow and to accomplish what you desire to accomplish. You've got this. Believe it yourself. Change your perspective on that as well, and enjoy your day.